Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be the standard 5 video for strand 12 on the respiratory system. This is going to be the last video before your first quiz on anatomy. So please make sure you go back and review those other videos before you take that quiz. All of the quiz will be basically recycled and maybe reworded questions from those previous pass-offs, and you have unlimited attempts on those pass-offs. So go back and make sure you have them perfect before you move forward and take this quiz. All right, standard 5 is on the lungs and the anatomical features of the lungs and the coverings of the lungs. So we're looking at it as a whole organ. The most important parts, let's start with the apex. The apex is the tip or the point of the lungs. You have one on each side. Those apexes come all the way up to the top of your thoracic cavity, which basically ends right where your neck begins. So you actually have a bit of your lungs. This apex is actually above your collarbone, just below your neck. And that's just an anatomical spice, so you know that the apexes are superior, the base is at the bottom, and it's inferior. Your base sits right on top of your diaphragm and has that curved shape just like that muscle, but it's flexible and pliable. Your lungs, so your lungs can change shape as that diaphragm allows you to breathe in and out. Okay, moving on to the lobes. I don't need you to know all their names. I just need you to understand that the lung is broken up into lobes. Is that there's 3 on your right and 2 on your left, because where that third lobe should be, what would go there? Oh yeah, your heart. Your heart takes up all of the space in the middle there. So as long as you know you have 5 lobes, there's 3 on your right, 2 on your left. I don't need you to know the names, just know the difference between an apex, a lobe, and the base. Okay, now this entire lung system is inside of the pleural cavity. And we're going to break that down. Let me grab this by magic. Let me grab this device. Ta-da! The device. Okay, this is a simulator for how your lungs actually breathe in and out. What you're seeing here are 2 regular balloons suspended off of a solid tube, the same way all of your alveoli are suspended off your bronchioles. Now, they are inside a cavity. That cavity has basically 2 different linings. There's the lining that's actually a part of the lungs, the red and blue, the yellow and blue balloon here. That would be the visceral pleura. That's the part on the organs. Now, the parietal pleura is what this and this would all be a part of. It's the linings that aren't attached. Now, this creates a confined space that has a set size. Now, as I change that volume, it will change the amount of pressure inside of that. And since there's an opening, just like you have one, or 2 or 3, however you count those, just because you have an opening, as that cavity changes shape, it actually creates pressure. But remember that the amount of stuff in this cavity never changes. As it changes, it just increases the size and shape of your lungs, or decreases the size and shape of your lungs. And so that's why these pleura are so important. They maintain the function of your lungs by holding everything inside that cavity at a set volume, so that you can create these vacuums and breathe in and out, in and out. Again, it works just like we talked about with the heart, where it's all one cavity, but there's this object inside of it that that can change shape freely. But in this case, it's actually affected by the shape of the cavity. So as you breathe in, you make the cavity larger, you pull air into the lungs, and then when you breathe out, you make the cavity smaller, which pushes air out. All right. Good luck on the pass off. See you next time.